WXRV 92.5 The River. Now, a few years back, we got a tour of the facility, and we got to sit down and talk with veteran radio announcer Bob Stuart. Could you give us a little bit of your background in broadcasting?
Well, I've been in radio, like you just said, for a long time. Started out on the Cape, actually, in Hyannis, Mass. Worked at a station, a format that they really no longer have anymore. Format called Beautiful Music. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's kind of essentially what it was elevator music. Yeah. And that's where I got my start. And I was doing news, and I was just, admittedly, wasn't a fan of that kind of music, but was all too thrilled to get a job on a real commercial radio station. It was a 50,000 watt station on Cape Cod in Hyannis. And then from there I worked at a Boston station, and worked actually in the Boston area for a number of years. Worked at a number of Boston stations, right. WROR, WVBF, a few stations that have since changed call letters over the years. Right. WTTK is now WZLX, and worked at a couple of Detroit radio stations. Got homesick for Boston and New England and came back and worked up in New Hampshire, did some part-time work at WBZ, and I worked for WRKO when they were music. Yeah. And that was a lot of fun, and I worked for a great guy there. We had a good time. I worked for WROR before WRKO, but this was back when they were owned by RKO General. Things like that, and then I ended up here, and I've always been an alternative music fan, and of course alternative has really become sort of a very vague, generic, oxymoronic type term these days, but suffice to say that I've always liked a lot of the music, the kind of music that we play here at the River, and just really lucked into this. I actually started working at this station doing weekends when they were WLYT, which at that time was an adult contemporary radio station, all the while being a fan, again, of that kind of music that the River now plays, and just was lucky enough to get in on the ground floor here, and I've been here ever since. The River started in 1995, August of 1995. We're coming up on our anniversary.
Can you imagine that?
We break a lot of artists here that end up becoming mainstream. You know, people like John Mayer. Years ago we broke Jewel before no one knew who Jewel was. Fiona Apple, and we've had the good fortune, as you said, we've had the good fortune of having all different kinds of people come, and some very famous people have come, and we've had some people who are up and coming and new. You know, we've had people like Tori Amos and Suzanne Vega and Ian Anderson from Jethro Tull, and we've had the famous side of the Bare Naked Ladies were here. Just to wrap up, another great thing about this particular station, is we do play a lot of artists that don't get played on other stations, and we like to, if we believe in somebody and we feel that they sound great, they will give people unknowns a start. They'll give them a chance, and so that's very exciting too.
Excellent. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bob Stewart from 92.5 The River, and whenever I'm around town, I always make it a point to watch Larry Seaman on community TV. He's a good guy, he does a great job, it's a good program, and it's a good reflection of the community that we live in. So watch him when you get a chance. 92.5, The River, quality rock, real variety. Yeah, there it is. Todd Rundgren, Bang the Drum All Day. It's Bob Stewart, and what do we got? We got what you feel is what you get today, I guess. Hazy, hot, and humid, high 94. Some late gusty thunderstorms moving into the area. In fact, there's a severe thunderstorm watch in effect till 7 o'clock.